beauties, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time seeing my face or stopping by to my channel, my name is Atinake. So you can see what I'm showing from the beginning of the video. I'm showing you a wig cap, a lace closure net. So I'm going to be making a all back corner. This is my first time of trying this method and I find it so interesting. So I'm going to be telling you guys the mistake I did from this hairstyle. You know, I said it earlier, this is my first time of making this kind of method, as in of using this kind of method. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm just sewing down my lace closure net on the wig cap. You can see the mistake I did. I used a metallic pen to draw out my hairline. Please do not do that. Try to use a eyebrow pencil or a concealer, but I made a mistake. You are going to see the reason why I said I made a mistake. So after I'm done sewing down the lace net, I'm going to be cutting the parts out. We are not going to be needing that. So do not throw the parts you cut, do not throw it away, because I'm going to be taking down the elastic band. I'm going to be sewing it down on my wig cap back. So I cut one expression into 3. I used 2.5 pack of expression braiding hair. The length of this hair is very long, very long. So you can see the way I'm just pulling out, I'm just picking out my hair. After that, I'm going to be brushing it down. This is not my first time of doing it. All my video I do that. I show you guys how I did it. So I section out 5 strands of hair, or will I say 5 pieces. I section it out. The first one, the second one, and the third one can be the same, but the first one and the 5th one, you allow it to be bigger than the other ones. So I'll allow you guys to see how I did it. So I'm going to pick a little bit of hair. You can see that is what I'm doing. That is what I'm going to use to start. A very little amount of hair. I use this sewing thread. I tie it around my cloth rack. So it's a sewing thread I use. So I'll allow you guys to keep on watching. Very easy to achieve, and I'm happy that I tried this method. Very easy to achieve, very interesting, but the only thing that can only make it to be kind of boring to you is the sewing. The sewing kind of take a little bit of time. So I'm really happy I tried out this method, and the final look came out so bomb. But the only mistake I made was using a metallic pen to draw out my hairline. So I'll allow you guys to keep on watching. I've already laid down some parts of camera, but I'm going to be showing you guys what I did. So now I'm going to the middle part. Can you see I use the nose of this what will I call it? I use the nose to section out my middle part. So I'll pin it. That means I've already done the half part, so I'll pin it down. It's going to give me a guideline. So after I'm done pinning that down, I'll start laying down the rest. I really enjoy using this pin. This pin did not even come out itself. Very good pin. I really enjoy using it than me using tipping. So now I start laying it. You can see what I'm doing. I start laying the hair, I pin it down. So that is what I'm doing. I'm going to show you the other side, how I laid the other side close to my hair, because that place is very important. You must make it curved because of your hair, so that when you want to put it on, it won't fold the hair, because I don't like me putting on a wig and my both ears are fold down. I don't like it. I don't enjoy that kind of wig, because that means your hair is going to be hot. For a wig to fold your hair down, your hair is going to be hot. So I'll show you how I did the other side. So I'm done with one side, so we are going to start the other side now. Yeah, so can you see this other side? Then I'll start pinning it down. You can see I curve the other side. I would advise you, if you want to do this kind of hairstyle, try to use this kind of dumb hair to use it, because it's going to help you a lot and give you a lot of guideline. It will look as if the dumb hair represents your hair, your own head. So I'll advise you to use it, not to use the foam one, because that one does not have ears or anything. This really helped me a lot. This really gave me a lot of guideline. So that is what I'm doing now. Just, you can see I'm folding as I'm cuffing it. I'm not putting it in a straight motion. So this is it. We are done. Let's start sewing this down. When I started sewing this, I didn't really get the sewing from the beginning. So in this video, you are going to see some plays in the front, like it's kind of curved, but off camera I took down the thread from the hair, then I re-sewed it again. So you know, I said from the beginning I'm going to be telling you my mistake, but before I reach the middle part, the sewing, I got it as now it's going to be easier for me to sew without making the hair to fold. So I would advise you, when sewing this, do not pull the thread tight. Can you see what I'm talking about? That some parts really got fold at the front, but I took it down off camera and I sewed it again. So when sewing this, do not pull the thread. No, do not pull it at the front. That was the mistake I did. Do not pull it at the front. Just sew it normal. It's going to hold it down. And don't worry, the lace net is not going to fold. It's not going to fold at all. It's going to be your size. So that was a mistake I did when sewing. But before I got to the half stage, I got how to sew it without it getting folded. Then what I did is that when I cut thread, I did not tie the thread down. I used lighter to melt the thread down. I did not tie it. I used lighter to melt it down. I'll braid it. So if you don't want this, you can skip it. You can sew the hair down to the back. But this is what I want. At some stage, I wanted to add beads towards the head. You know, I love to add some spice, but the way the length is, the straightness was just giving me a good vibe. So I didn't add any beads towards the head. You can see that this one that I'm sewing, the front didn't fold like when I just started. So that is what I'm talking about. Then I have to sew the back so that everything will be on the same track, the same line. So that is what I'm doing, using my needle and thread to go back to each hair to make it different at the same length. So after I'm done, I'll just crochet and braid a little bit hair at the back. So I'm going to be crocheting this weave. I'm just cutting out the tip. I'm crocheting it at the front. I want baby hair at the front so that I can hide the lace so that it won't show. You can see what I'm doing, just showing you. Then I'll start crocheting. After I'm done, we are going to be cutting out the excess lace. We are going to be cutting it off. We don't need that. Then I'm going to be dipping the hair into the hot water. That's what I'm doing now. I'm really feeling this hair, the final look. So I'm going to be using these moves and sheen. I'll add some shine to it. Can you see the final look? Oh my god, look at the final look. I'm really feeling the vibe.